Welcome to Golden Bachelor. If you love celebrity news and real entertainment updates, you're in the right place. The world of love is always full of surprises. One moment, everything feels like a perfect sunrise, golden and warm. And the next moment, the clouds roll in with questions nobody expected. And today, that's exactly the energy surrounding Joan Vassos, a woman whose story has touched hearts, inspired second chances, and reminded millions that love doesn't follow a schedule. It shows up whenever it wants, and sometimes leaves just as mysteriously. For weeks, fans whispered, debated, argued, and even created their own theories online. What was going on between Joan and Chock? Why did the two suddenly go quiet at the same time? Why did the smiles in their photos look just a little different? And why were fans analyzing every emoji, every caption, and every tiny detail like detectives working the night shift? If you've ever loved someone publicly, or even privately, you know how tricky those moments can be. Rumors spread faster than wildfire, and suddenly, the world thinks they know you better than you know yourself. But Joan, she has always been one to handle things with both strength and softness. And now, she has decided the time is right to clear the air. Before we dive deeper, imagine this scene. Joan is sitting somewhere peaceful, maybe near a window where soft light falls across the room. There's that calm look she always has, the kind of look that tells you something meaningful is about to be shared. And instead of posting a dramatic message or making a huge announcement, she chooses honesty, simplicity, and a touch of heartfelt emotion. She begins by acknowledging the whispers. She knows the fans have been worried. She knows the conversation has been loud. And yes, she knows the rumors have gotten a little out of hand. But she also knows something much more important. Love doesn't vanish just because people start guessing about it. She explains that she and Chock have been navigating real-life challenges, the kind that don't always fit into a perfect photo or a short explanation. And that's something so many people forget. Love can be magical, but it can also be messy. Sometimes two people need space, sometimes they need time, and sometimes they need to figure out whether their hearts are growing in the same direction. As Joan speaks, you can feel the sincerity in every word. She doesn't point fingers, she doesn't blame anyone, she doesn't create drama. Instead, she chooses grace, the kind that makes you admire her even more. She mentions that life after finding love on a public stage can be overwhelming. When the cameras stop rolling, the real work begins. And she and Chock have been trying to understand what their next chapter should look like, together or apart. But there's a softness in the way she talks about him, a hint of affection, a respectful warmth. And even though she doesn't reveal every detail, because some things deserve privacy, she gives fans exactly what they needed: clarity. She explains that yes, things have been difficult. Yes, there have been moments of silence, confusion, and emotional distance. But no, it wasn't because of anger, betrayal, or bitterness. It was simply life happening. Two human beings trying to figure out where they stand. And honestly, that's more romantic than any perfect fairy tale. Because real romance isn't just flowers and sunsets. Sometimes it's two people trying to hold on to each other, even when the world feels heavy. Sometimes it's stepping back so the other person can breathe. And sometimes it's admitting that love is still there, but it's evolving into something new. As Joan continues, she shares glimpses of the lovely memories they made, the laughs, the conversations, the goofy moments that fans never saw. Moments where Chock tried to make her smile with jokes so silly she couldn't help but burst out laughing. Moments when she teased him about his stubborn habits and he just rolled his eyes in mock defeat. Moments where they simply sat together, grateful that fate had crossed their paths. Her voice warms when she talks about the lessons they learned from each other, how he reminded her that love can come at unexpected times, how she showed him that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's courage. and how they both realized that the heart can open itself again no matter how many times it's been bruised. She doesn't confirm a breakup. She doesn't deny one either. Instead, she speaks as someone who values truth over drama. She assures fans that whatever happens next, she and Chock respect each other deeply. And that's something so rare in the world of public romance, where endings are often messy and loud. Her words are calm, gentle, and beautifully mature. She encourages her supporters not to assume the worst. Not every whisper means disaster. Not every quiet moment means the end. Sometimes, silence is just two people trying to find the right words. She even makes a small joke at her own expense, something like, "I had no idea emojis could cause so much chaos," a moment of humor that instantly melts tension. And that's classic Joan, graceful and warm, even when speaking about something tender. She assures everyone that she's okay, truly okay, because no matter what direction her love story takes, she believes in hope, she believes in new beginnings, and she believes that everything happens for a reason, even when the reason isn't clear yet. As the story unfolds, you can't help but feel the mixture of emotions: romance, nostalgia, uncertainty, tenderness. It's like listening to a diary entry from someone who has lived, loved, and learned. Someone who knows that growth doesn't always look glamorous, but it's always worth it. Her message ends with gratitude. She thanks everyone for caring, for worrying, for supporting her journey. She reminds them that she's still writing her story, and love might surprise her again, just like it did before. And as we step back from her words and look at the bigger picture, one truth becomes clear. Love isn't defined by rumors. It's defined by the people living it. Joan has cleared the air, not with drama, not with shock, but with honesty and heart. And maybe, just maybe, that's the kind of love story the world needs more of. As this journey continues, viewers will undoubtedly keep watching, cheering, and hoping for her happiness, whatever form it takes. Because Joan isn't just a person in a headline. She's a reminder that love at any age is still beautiful, brave, and worth fighting for. And in the end, the story isn't finished. It's simply turning a page. Thanks for watching Golden Bachelor. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next big story.